What if I told you I know an easy way to make $5,000 per month by simply testing websites for developers? Well, as easy as this may sound, this is just as valid and true as it is. Now, to further drive my point even better and to justify why I think this will remain an evergreen source of income, now hear this. There are a total of 175 new websites created every single minute, and this amounts to about 252,000 every day. Now, this simply means that there will be continuous demand for web testing services because of the numerous websites that we have today. So most of these websites would perform user acceptance testing to determine how user-friendly their websites or platforms are. Now, that's where you come in. You can actually do all this website testing and application testing for these developers for a given price. Hey everyone, my name is Ebuka the Finance Wiz. Welcome to the channel, and if it's your first time, I want to say thanks for joining, and most importantly, try and like, subscribe and share with friends. I assure you are going to be getting a lot of value from this video and subsequent videos. And if you're a previous subscriber and you've enjoyed my content so far, please hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my further videos. So why do I love this website and app testing business? Number one, it's so easy to do right from the comfort of your home. In fact, I call this the lazy kind of business or side hustle. Easy to do, just set up, register, and you're done. The second thing is that you can actually set up an account for free, no cost required. The third and most important is how much you can actually earn from this business or this side hustle. Like I said earlier, you can make as much as $5,000 on a monthly basis depending on how many websites and apps you test at a go. So you could actually ask me, how does this website app and testing work? Now, your job as the website tester or application tester is to simply test, evaluate and give your feedback about these systems or these platforms, on how it works and the issues you faced. So you typically consider the design of the website or platform and the usability. So it has to be user friendly, but you have to give your feedback so they can make all the necessary adjustments as possible. In fact, some of these websites have clearly established that they don't want professional testers to come on their platform. Why? Because they want to know the actual experience of real users of this platform. That's why it's ideal for you if you are a newbie or have no skill or experience. Now, what are the requirements to set this business up? Very simple. Number one, you need at least a laptop or a monitor or a system to process or answer those questions. Number two, you need the internet, you need a microphone, and ability to communicate effectively to whoever it is on that platform. Now, the most important thing you need to have as a skill for this side hustle is paying attention to details. So as you review through the website or application, check out for anomalies, errors, or things that are making the platform not to be user-friendly anymore. And most importantly, you must be able to articulate your thoughts clearly to whoever is going to listen to you. If it's an interview or if it's a recorded version, you need to be able to clearly articulate your thoughts. So there are actually 4 easy steps to get this side hustle up and running. So the first step you need to actually do is to register with the platforms that offer these services. In fact, I have a list of 15 websites that offer these website testing services. So if you're interested, please drop share in the comments and I'm going to share that with you. Well, for the purpose of this video, I'll be walking you through just one of those websites. So it's important for you to know that for these platforms, when registering, they may ask you for personal information like your email address, your full name, and so on. So I'm sure that they have some sort of security regarding those platforms. So it's good to know that you might actually be required to provide those information. So the second step which you need to do is to look out for opportunities on those platforms that are providing these services. So you want to look out for websites that are willing to get new people, search for them, browse on the platform, and then register. So the third step is where you'll be required to do a test phase. Now the test phase requires that your voice is assessed, including your screen is recorded. They want to know how well you're doing it and how much information they can get from the testing phase, or if you're the right fit for that testing activity. The good thing is that you'll be allowed to give both positive and negative feedback, so you don't necessarily always have to give positive feedback. If the platform is really not good, feel free to give a negative feedback. It's not going to hurt you. Another thing you need to know is that you can actually be selected based on demographics and many other factors like your screen, the monitor, and all different factors. You just need to know what the requirement for that testing gig is. The last step, which is the most interesting phase, is what I call the payment phase. So once the company is able to review your video recording or the interview output, then you will get paid once all is fine. So like I said, I'll be walking you through just a sample of one website that offers this service. Now the website is called usertesting.com. Now as you can see my screen, this is user testing platform here. So user testing platform requires that you register, like I said earlier, and you can actually scroll down to see the steps below. It says how it works. You need to apply, you browse for the answer screening questions to match with test opportunity, and of course you do the testing and you make your money online. It's very simple to do, and if you have any questions, all you need to do is click on the frequently asked questions at the bottom. So it's very simple. When you want to register, just click on get paid to test and then answer all the questions that are required, like enter your email address and then move on from there. So let me explain the earnings model for you for your use. Now for a quick test of about 5 minutes, you could get as much as $4. And for 20 minutes test with screen and audio, you can get as much as 10 to 15 bucks. Live conversation testing could go as much as 30 to 120 or even $150. So, and usually it pays about 7 days after completing the test through PayPal. So that gives you some sort of flexibility to manage your resources. So the next side also I'll be talking about is an easy work from home side also that doesn't require you moving an inch. Now this side also can make as much as $2,000 to $5,000 on a monthly basis. Amazing side income for you. Now the exciting thing I love about this side also is that you have the potential to increase your earnings significantly and of course expand your operations with very minimal additional costs. So this side also is what I call car sharing. Now, don't be in a haste to judge because I have a lot to tell you about the car sharing business. Now, think about this. The world has turned into a global village. People more than ever have become more curious about how things work on the other side of the world, which they have probably only seen on TV. This curiosity has led to several travels, vacationing, and trips across the world. Typically, an average tourist would want to explore the new country and have an experience of several tourist sites within a short time. The best way to enjoy all fun will be largely dependent on mobility. This is the bigger reason why demand for rental vehicles would never be out of vogue, and this would remain consistent. So think about plugging yourself into such amazing income earning potential. There is definitely an unlimited world of income earning opportunities right here. Now there are many platforms that offer these car sharing opportunities. The most popular one is Turo.com. As you can see, Turo offers the services, and this is what I'll be talking about in this video specifically. Now if you're interested in other ones, just click on Get Around. This is what the Get Around platform looks like. And most importantly, we have Rent a Truck or Rent My Truck. The website is called Fetch Truck. So Fetch Truck, you can actually rent out your truck, and as you can see, the amount is clearly listed here. A pickup truck, you can make as much as $19,000 annually and so on, up to this amount. So why do I love this business? It's an amazing business you can actually do right from the comfort of your home without moving an inch. Now, it's a 100% passive source of income. All you need is a spare car which you are not using at a particular time, whether your main car or you have a second car that you want to rent out to someone to use for a period of time. In fact, according to a post by BusinessInsider.com, a 31-year-old lady called Kamisha earned as much as $76,620 in passive income by using 7 cars on this platform. Now you might ask me, what about the issues of excessive mileage and damages to your vehicle? Don't worry, I've not forgotten about that. So mileage limits are always set by the Turo host, and excessive mileage is also set or established by the Turo host. In terms of damages, you'll be required to take pictures up front of your car to look out for dents, or if there are no dents or damages, you need to take a picture of the before and after of the car. And of course, if there are damages after the car is brought back, it will be surcharged to the customer. However, I would recommend that you actually factor maintenance costs into the usage, because of course the car is being used frequently and then there's depreciation factor which you cannot eliminate. In terms of liability insurance, Turo most times offers liability insurance. However, you have the option of providing your own car insurance for damages or any sort of collision or whatever issues that might arise down the line. So in terms of startup requirements and cost, of course you need to be up to 21 years, have a mobile phone that has internet connectivity. You also need to have a valid license and an eligible car that meets Turo's requirements. So for the people I personally know that are running this business, there are actually 2 approaches which they are using. So there's the very personal approach where you have a spare car or your existing car at your downtime, which they actually rent out on Turo platform. Now, the second approach is what I call the commercial approach. Now, commercial approach is when you scale up. At this point, these guys are actually buying additional cars, maybe 2, 3, 4 cars or more, or they actually lease the cars for the purpose of this business. If you need further guidance on how to run this on a very commercial basis, feel free to drop a comment or send a DM. So there are 3 easy steps to get this business running, which I'm going to take you through as quickly as possible. The first is to register your business on the platform. As you can see, all you need to do is scroll all the way down. You can actually click get, or you can see the guidance here, how sharing your car works. List your car for free, set your prices, and welcome your guests, sit back and earn. So it's as easy as that. So if you want to create that, all you need to do is list your car here by clicking on this button. And when you click list your car, then you'll be required to create an account with them and enter details of your car on the platform. From my experience with this business, people tend to charge much more during the weekends than the weekdays. You can also charge by location, the changes in supply and demand, and based on your target income, including looking out for competitors' prices on the platform. So there are 3 very important tips which you need to take note if you want to be successful in this business. Most importantly, you want to list in a very good location. If possible, use a high demand car. And thirdly, consider lowering your prices during off-peak hours so you can actually get people interested. Now, the only downside about this business is the car usage. So that's why I mentioned earlier that you need to factor in the cost of depreciation, repairs, and maintenance for the car, which is typical. Are you looking for passive income opportunities that can earn you up to 15% on your investment? Now, this is one of the best passive income side hustles I've seen out there. Are you also tired of the traditional investment sources or techniques and you're looking out for alternative investment sources or platforms? Well, this opportunity I'm going to be telling you about today does not just provide additional source of income, but also serves as a means of diversification of all your investments. Now, why do I love this side hustle? Number one, it's actually very easy to do. It does not require special skills and you can actually do it straight from your bed. 100% passive. Secondly, in terms of cost and benefit, you can actually make so much returns on this investment. And for the cost, there's a minimal amount of capital you are required to invest, which is very, very minute. So this business is what I call the peer-to-peer lending. So the peer-to-peer lending is a concept that has existed for time immemorial. However, it has come in a more revamped version today. Now, there are platforms that offer peer-to-peer lending services. So those platforms serve as marketplaces where lenders get to meet borrowers and then give them funds in exchange for interest on those funds. So these peer-to-peer platforms will typically help you with the loan administration to these borrowers as the lender yourself. So just to give you some perspective on the potential growth of this side hustle. Now in 2021, the global peer-to-peer lending industry was worth $83 billion. Now it's projected to grow to about $750 billion in 2030. The other good thing about this business is the investment flexibility. Now you have the option to vet the borrowers yourself and also determine the kind of loans you want to fund or not. It's all your choice. You also have the opportunity to invest in several loan packages called notes. Now, this helps to diversify your exposure as a whole. So what are the startup costs and requirements to set up this side hustle? Very easy. You need to have at least a $10 minimum investment, at least have an active bank account, an internet-enabled desktop or laptop, and a proof of investment if you want to be an accredited investor on the platform. So there are 4 very easy steps to follow if you want to start up this side hustle. So the first step is you need to create an account on the peer-to-peer lending platforms or applications. Now there are many of them out there. So if you're in Canada, GoPair is the leading peer-to-peer platform. As you can see from here, this is what the GoPair platform looks like. And so far it's received loans of about $351 million. And 9,930 investors, which means that people are actively doing this and you are missing out. So if you want to start, all you need to do is scroll all the way down and look for the Start Investing button here. Click on it and then you're on your way to making money. So when I clicked on the Start, so this is the page that has taken me to. All you need to do is create your account on this platform and you're good to go. Now, there are other platforms that offer similar services. Like we have Funding Circle, which you can see from my screen here. We also have Prosper.com, which you can also see. Prosper today with online loans and more. You also have the Upstart Powered. You also have the platform called Upstart. As you can see from here, borrowers tend to use it for car loan refinance, personal loans, and many more items. And the last platform is Sofi, S-O-F-I. So once you're done registering your account, the next thing you want to do is assess the different loan types and determine if it works for you or not. Now, each loan will have grading options for those that are high risk, medium risk, low risk, depending on what the platform's grading criteria is. So you need to assess those things before making your investment. So the third step you need to do is to choose the loan you want to invest in and allocate your funds. Now, from experience, I recommend you split your funds into smaller portions across different loans. That way, it's going to reduce your cost head and your exposure in the event of the borrower's default. The last step is to continuously review your report to determine if you want to withdraw your funds or reinvest whatever interest or income you have gotten from the business. Now, to balance this equation, the major downside to this business is the default of the borrowers. You get to take all the risk of default of the borrowers. However, I've already given you the solution, which is spread your funding across different loans so that the exposure is significantly reduced. Alright, thanks for taking the time to listen to me. If you enjoyed this video and you gained a lot of insight, you learned a lot from this video, please feel free to like, subscribe and share with your friends so they can also enjoy the gems I've shared in this video. Now, I'll be sharing several side hustle businesses and passive income opportunities which you can do from the comfort of your home in subsequent videos. So if you don't want to miss them, click on the notification bell so you'll be notified when those videos drop. Have a good one.